Back on Tiger pregame, joined now by Coach Kelly Williams. The Tigers get a chance to go on the road and into the NCKL for the first time this evening against the Marysville Bulldogs. Coach, Tuesday night at home in the Den, you take on another really good basketball team in Beloit. I guess the disappointing part of that game was there was just a stretch in the first half where they really jumped the lead out on you, and it was tough to battle back from there. Otherwise, there were some good things the Tigers did on Tuesday, but I know those stretches where a team stretches the lead out can drive a coach crazy.
Yeah. Facing a really strong team is going to kind of be the theme of our schedule this year. So that's pretty consistent with what we've got through 20 total games on the regular season slate. But Beloit, very, very good, and they were a little bit weaker than usual. They had their inside presence, Hunter Budke. He was sick. So they didn't focus as much on the interior offensively as we thought they would, which was to our detriment because they really focused on shooting the ball well from behind the perimeter on Tuesday night. We wanted to come in and get some solid work with our zone defense against Beloit because they would stress and force us to get better with it. And I really think the guys had some solid rotation on our zone defense. Beloit was very good at moving the ball around quickly. And something of 9 of 19 or 9 of 20 in the first half from behind the arc. And it wasn't so much that, it was nearly 50%. There were stretches there where they hit 3 or 4 in a row. And not only that, but we kind of assisted a few things here and there by having some mental lapses or some weak moments and just turning the ball over, some self-inflicted wounds when maybe we were getting ready to trim it back down to 11 or 12 and then a turnover and Beloit did a fantastic job of capitalizing with a 3 or a run out and maybe an and one opportunity. So very tough competition Tuesday night. That first half was frustrating at times, but we got to tip our cap to Beloit because they shot the ball very well, and they had to run some very solid zone offense in order to get some of those looks. And we talked about how we also kind of we gave them some free opportunities as well. And if we were to shore that up, similar to Friday against Rock Creek, the previous game, we head back into we head back into halftime in a much different situation. But first half was a little rocky at times, and our guys got some good looks on the offensive end too. And the nature of that game changes greatly through the first quarter. If we can get a few of those to fall. We had some really good looks on the offensive end, and if a few of those shots fall, we're right there at the end of the first quarter, and things might be a little bit different in the second. But overall, we fought hard in the first half, but it was unfortunate to have Beloit catch a hot hand.
You made a great point, and I said this to Phil Casper, who was doing the game with me. We were about a minute away from halftime, and I said, I can think of 5 or 6 shots off the top of my head that we should have made. I mean, there's shots the guys know they put down, and you put 10 to 12 points on the board. That game looks completely different. That's a great point going into halftime. But then in the second half, you got to give the guys credit for getting out there. And I mentioned to you that, they were getting on the floor down to the closing seconds. Obviously, at 14 down, you're not going to win the game at that point. But they made a great rush against a Beloit team that, they stayed with their guys in midway through the fourth quarter because you wouldn't let them get away.
Yeah. Tremendous defensive effort in the second half. We went to our man-to-man late in the first. Beloit was so hot from behind the arc that we were kind of hesitant to jump right into our man-to-man because we didn't necessarily want them tearing apart all of our confidence with that defensive strategy as well. And at that point in time, it was kind of one of those things where we were worried it didn't matter what we were going to throw at Beloit. They could close their eyes, fall backwards, and throw it behind their heads and put it in. But the man-to-man defense towards the end of the second half was pretty solid, and it was fantastic in the second half. Towards the second quarter, it was pretty solid, and it was fantastic in the second half. Gave up 15 points in the second half, and we allowed them to get to the free throw line a few times as well. Really took them out of their three-point rhythm. They were 0 of 7 in the second half from behind the arc. And we just challenged everything very aggressively and very soundly. And we got into the locker room. I told them that was probably the best half of defense, we've seen yet here in our time here at Clay Center, and that we were very proud of that. That we're not going to be, satisfied with a 14-point loss, but we've definitely got something to build upon heading into Friday night's game against Marysville, and that's a very stellar half-court defensive effort with our man-to-man against a very good offensive team that's very guard-heavy and can really stress you out in a half-court man-to-man defensive set. So we're really, really proud of that effort, and we continue to battle on the glass, and that was great to see. We lost the rebounding edge again, but it was substantially closer than it was Friday night against Rock Creek. Our guys really did make a conscious attempt at boxing out and getting after the glass. And all those things considered, Rocky, there were still some stretches, and this is what we've really got to, we talked about this, really got to avoid going into these next two games. There were still some stretches where we'd let one mistake turn into two, and then maybe two turn into three, and all of a sudden the team would go on a little mini burst, a little mini run on us. And we're really going to focus on trying to avoid those tonight, letting one mistake be one mistake, not turn into two, because we probably draw ourselves back into that game a lot sooner against Beloit in the second half if we don't have some of those weak moments again with the ball in transition or in the half court offensively in the third quarter. And one final thing about that, I think we let Beloit score of the 15. I think we let them score 8 of those points in about the first 2.5 minutes of the third quarter. So, tip the cap of the guys again. They went about, 13 minutes of the second half, only giving up 6 or 7 points. So very, very proud of the effort. A lot of credit to them for buying in and working hard together. Yes. Tuesday night to end that ball game.
Really fun to watch them get after it and make those things happen for themselves on Tuesday. Tonight you take on the Marysville Bulldogs league play. The first thing that jumps out to me, you're talking defense. Obviously this Bulldog team can score. They're 1-2, but they've been 60-plus in every game they've played thus far.
Yes, they love to push the ball and to get the ball up in the air. Still running some very similar things to what they did last year. They've also lost one of their post players. I'm not sure exactly what his status is, but they're missing him. He's a very strong presence, sophomore post interior for him. Mindheart, I believe is who it is. They're definitely trying to kind of find their way right now without him on the court in those game time situations. Each game they've played, Sabetha, they battled Sabetha hard Tuesday night, and Sabetha is a quality opponent as Rock Creek and Beloit, so they've seen some really stellar basketball teams as well up until this point. But before that, with Axtell and Auburn from Nebraska, it was down to the wire. So this is another team that battles like us. Will give you everything they have for every second of the game, and they do. They like to push the ball in transition, get as many shots up as they possibly can. They're trying to wreak a little havoc in the full court with their defense, and they'll crash the glass. So at times it's kind of like looking into the mirror. We do some different things. I know Coach Brown and I both have some different philosophies on each end of the court. But in terms of player personnel and where we're at with our programs and the development of some of our youth, we're gonna look. It's kind of like looking in the mirror from time to time, and it should be a really fun ball game tonight because I know both teams are going to get after it. I especially know we will. We're ready for this Friday night game. We've had a pretty intense week, and I could just sense it yesterday at practice with a lot of other things going on. The guys are just ready to get that ball tipped and to get out there and to mix things up tonight. So we're excited about heading up there for the first NCKL game and excited for the evening for sure.
Should be a great one. 2 really good games last year between you and the Bulldogs, and maybe we can get things going in the right direction here on a Friday evening. Coach, as always, we thank you for your time. Best of luck tonight there in Marysville.
All right, thanks a lot, Rocky.
Back with more on pregame in just a moment.
Farmway Co-op invites members to attend one of the 4 year-end wrap-up grower events to gather information to help you succeed in 2016. End-of-year contracting will also be available on site. Year-end wrap-up events take place in Lincoln, Belleville, Beloit, and Clay Center throughout December. Contact your Farmway location or visit farmwaycoop.com for details.
Farmway Co-op, your partner in growth.
Clay Center Tiger Basketball on KCLY is brought to you in part by Union State Bank, Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales, Central Office Service and Supply, Bruta Implement, Twin Valley, Citizens National Bank of Clay Center, Greenleaf, Belleville, and Concordia, and Old EC Farms.
Every major construction project uses concrete in one form or another. From residential driveways to basements, patios, and curbs, Midwest Products make great use of their ready-mix concrete. They operate 4 state-approved plants in Hanover, Clay Center, Lynn, and Washington to meet the needs of residential, commercial, or farm-related projects. Livestock slats, feed bunks, landscape rock, and more are all available from Midwest Products. Give them a call for all your jobs that require ready-mix concrete. 800-371-2252.
Hey folks, Bill Rice from the Green Team. We've reduced prices on all of our used and pre-owned vehicles. Here's a couple examples. A 2009 Chevy Avalanche 4-wheel drive with only 85,000 miles and leather seats. Great vehicle. Was $22,995. Now only $20,888. Or how about this? A 2011 Mazda CX-9 all-wheel drive, leather and loaded. Was $25,995. Now only $23,792 at the Green Team.
Twin Valley Pulse Internet in Clay Center can handle all your devices without interruption and the fastest speeds in the area. Don't spend your holiday at home watching the wheels spin, waiting for your app to start or your video to load. Get the best from the best. Stop by the Twin Valley office at 618 6th Street in Clay Center to get the fastest speed that beats the competition. No phone line required and no contracts. Twin Valley Pulse, your life infinitely connected.
Back once again, we bring you to Marysville. Starting lineups about to be announced here as the Bulldogs and Tigers open up North Central Kansas League play. 1-2 for Marysville. They went to Auburn, Nebraska to win, and they've lost to Axtell and to Sabetha, 2 very strong teams again this year. Axtell, we know, we follow the TVL state ranked and certainly doing some really big things as the Tigers right now find themselves sitting at 0-2 coming into this first game in league play. Tigers and Bulldogs getting set to work. Let's give you a look at the starting lineups for tonight's ball game for Marysville. It'll be 6-foot sophomore Brendan Wetter, Gabe Peschel, 6'1" and a sophomore, Jaden Haggard, 6'2" and a junior, 6'1" senior Chase Green starts alongside Adam Lindhorst, a 6'1" junior. So that goes pretty consistent height across the board. No big bodies inside. In fact, they're playing without their 6'3" sophomore Bryson Meinhardt, and they're going to be without Tyler Rader. We've heard that he's gone to the emergency room. We don't know any more details of that, but he will not be suited out. And they've got a couple of freshmen they are suiting for the varsity game for this evening. So it gives you some idea of what's going on with the Marysville Bulldogs. For the Clay Center Tigers, it'll be Cade Wallace who gets the start for Clay Center, along with Ethan Rosine, Caleb Siebold, Lane Leiby, and Dalton Altizer gets the start for the Tigers this evening. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back and get you set for the tip-off here from Marysville in just a moment.
I was taking inventory when in walked, oh my, what brings you here, Mrs. Claus?
Young man, these gift specials you keep unveiling each week have Santa all in a dither. He's just not sure he can compete.
We do have some great weekly gift specials that people can find on our Facebook page or in the paper.
Well, you've crossed Santa, young man, and let me tell you, oh, how lovely this is.
It's our special of the week, Mrs. Claus.
I'm so glad I came to Central Office in Clay Center. But young man, if you breathe a word of this to Santa, you'll end up on the naughty list.
Resistant weeds are an ongoing threat to crop yields and likely will be an even bigger problem next growing season. Lucky for you, Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales is ready to help you out. We offer custom applications to knock down those weeds and keep them under control. Come in and visit with any of our field experts about how to stay ahead of weeds and give your crops the early advantage in the spring. We'd be glad to go over a custom application program for you at Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales.
So the starting lineups, they were making their way through. I'll tell you, the PA guy I actually know, he's been working his tail off trying to get a roster straight with everybody. Then he gets set to announce the starting lineups for both teams, and the sound just went crazy on him. So he's having a stressful night, to say the least, trying to get that done. But Tigers, again, will start with Wallace, Leiby, Altizer, along with Rosine and Siebold for the Tigers going into this third game of the season, starting at 0-2. They are a team that is led in rebounding by Anthony Atkinson. Enneking has 13 boards. Ethan Rosine, 13 to the first 2 games. In scoring, points have come from several. Ethan Rosine, 21, so he's averaging double digits in the first 2. Leiby with 17. Altizer, Atkinson, Enneking have 13 and 10, respectively, as we're set for the opening tip-off, and it's going to be controlled. Rosine gets it to Caleb Siebold. So the Tigers have it to start against the Bulldogs. Marysville, as you heard Coach Williams saying, will get after it. They want to get up and down the floor. They want to get the ball up toward the rim at any time. Altizer, left wing, open for three, just rimming off Rosine. Stick back bucket is good. Quick draw gets it in, and the Tigers have a 2-0 start. Marysville back down court quickly. Driving the paint goes Gabe Peschel. Out left wing, free ball try from Chase Green. The senior can't get it down. Rebound tipped around, picked up at the free throw line by Jayton Haggard, and there's Rosine for his second rebound already in the game, along with the bucket on the last trip down. Livy, corner right, fakes the three, and he walks with the basketball. Got up in the air and couldn't get the dribble down before the feet went back to the floor, and you could see the grimace on his face as he knew he had turned it over, but the Tigers do have a 2-0 lead here to start. Bulldogs back with the basketball. Peschel brings it around left to Green. Siebold pressuring him toward the baseline. Now Green able to get it back up near the top. Libby near steal. It's given to Jayton Haggard. Corner right, free ball from Brennan Wetter. No good. Rebound weak side. Comes off to Altizer. Long down court look. Altizer to Livy is blocked. Rebound to Rosine. Tried to muscle it back up and draws the foul on Brennan Wetter. Rosine with 3 rebounds already in this game. And he has had a great start to the year, scoring and bringing down Kerams on both ends. He's had a couple of offensive rebounds here already and a defensive board to start. 6:51 to work. We're in the opening quarter. Tigers lead at 2-0 and have the basketball below their own bucket. Siebold, or Wallace, brings it in to Altizer. Now around right it goes to Caleb Siebold. He'll dribble drive. Oh, great look inside. Reverse lay-in from Ethan Rosine. Siebold the assist. Rosine the bucket. It's a 4-0 Tiger start here at Marysville. Left wing and deep is Nick Sparks, who had just come in. Now it's on the left wing deeper to Jayton Haggard. Jay Stream dumps it down inside. Rebound comes off to Rosine. Libby, length of the floor, turns, spins, ball fakes, leans up off the glass and gets it down. Magic's first bucket, and the Tigers out to a 6-0 lead here early. The drive by Peschel. Kick out to Chase Green. Back outside it comes to Haggard. Hand it off now on the right wing to Adam Lindhorst. Lindhorst hangs in the air. Drops it up off the rim. No good. Rebound to Rosine. Cleaning everything off the glass right now. Here's Altizer. Left wing Wallace fakes the long three to Livy. Skip past weak side. Siebold turns, spins, goes up strong. Bucket good. Chance at hoop and harm for Caleb Siebold. The look from Livy on the weak side baseline came across to almost the block area, and Siebold got his back to the bucket, set himself, took it up strong. The defender tried to draw the charge, but Lindhorst made the first contact, and now Siebold's at the stripe with a chance at a three-point play. 8-0. Tigers have the lead here against Marysville. Free throw from Siebold is strong. Rebound comes off to Nick Sparks. Peschel up the floor with it. Hesitation move all the way to the window. Misses the lay-in. Altizer brings down the board. Up the court is Cade Wallace. Cade pressured by Haggard. Now he'll hand it off to Dalton Altizer. 5:41 to work opening quarter. Tigers have an 8-0 lead. Here's Siebold. Fakes the drive. Now gets it across to Rosine. He'll head fake it. Take it up. Off glass and good. Rosine has 6. The Tigers out to a 10-zip start. 5.5 to work opening quarter. Right side wing and deep. Lindhorst brings it outside and around left to Chase Green. Now to Peschel. 10-0. Tigers lead it. The ball taken away by Rosine. 2-on-2 the other direction across paint. Wallace. Wide open lay-in is good. Murph knocks it in. The feed from quick draw. And the Tigers have a 12-0 start here in Marysville. 5:09 to work. Bulldog timeout. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 100.9.
Listen up. Wallace True Value is always getting calls for scratch and dent freezers, and I found a load of uprights, and they are nice. These are factory blemish models, which mean they have very little wrong with them, a full factory warranty, and a great price tag. 16, 18, and 20 cubic foot frost-free models. Get them while they're hot, or cold in this case. Wallace True Value in Clay Center, open 7 days a week for you.
Doesn't everyone want to see a lively, vibrant downtown shopping area filled with happy shoppers and busy storekeepers? It's a vision suitable for a picture postcard, and whether or not it is truly a reality for your hometown is up to you. Shopping locally is vitally important to the economic well-being of our community, not just during the Christmas shopping season, but all year round. Union State Bank is proud of the quality and diversity of shops we have and leads the way in shopping locally whenever possible. Union State Bank, member FDIC.
Back once again to Marysville, 12-0 start. Tigers have the lead. They jumped out big on the Bulldogs, and Marysville getting a timeout just a moment ago. There's a drive inside, hanging in the air and missing his Sparks. The rebound away the Tigers, then Siebold forced into a travel after clearing the board. 12-0. Tigers out early. Rosine was 6, 2 each from Wallace, Libby, and Siebold in the game. Bulldogs yet to scratch the scoreboard. 4:54 to work here in the opening quarter. Out deep it comes to Brendan Wetter. Wetter holds there. And now it's off to Pichel, guarded by Altizer. Left it comes on the wing, Wetter. Ball fakes, free throw line. Kicks it out left baseline to Sparks. Now back out deep for Haggard. The Tigers not allowing the Bulldogs near the lane of late. Wallace goes for the steal, can't get it. Corner right, Chase Green. Tigers good catch-up defense. You know, Coach Williams talked about the work the Tigers did in the second half in particular. You heard him in pregame praising his team for the way they defended late in that game against a very good Beloit team. Here's a three-pointer from Haggard up top. No, and there's Rosine again. I have him for 6 points, 5 boards already. Altizer down the length of the floor has it stripped away. It's Sparks, and Rosine takes it back. He's everywhere right now. He does step out of bounds trying to save it back in play. 4:22 to go, opening period. It's the Tigers on top, 12-0. Morgan Chestnut coming on for the Tigers. 12-0. It'll be Chestnut in, and Altizer will come off. Bulldog basketball on their own baseline. Sparks to inbound. Tigers go zone on the baseline inbound play by Marysville. 4:21 to work. Open inside off the inbound. Near shot block by Rosine, but somehow getting it up and through is Patrick Link. And it is Marysville's first basket. Now a near steal. It is taken away. Pichel with a lay-in and 2 straight buckets now for the Bulldogs. Full court pressure giving Clay Center problems. And now the Tigers will have it out of bounds again with the length of the floor to go and leading by 8, 12-4. Libby into Siebold, left sideline. Near the half-court stripe. Stops, gets it back to Libby. Lane now will bring it across with a dribble. Now he brings it right wing and deep. Wallace for 3. Boom! Murph knocks it down. Wing right. The triple gives him 5. And the Tigers an 11-point lead. 3:50 remains. Pichel driving the lane again. He's going to be fouled on his way in there by Cade Wallace. As Pichel quick with the basketball. He's gotten near the 10 a couple of times and unable to finish. This time was fouled before he got inside the lane by Cade Wallace, his first. Big three-pointer from Cade, though, that last time down. After 4 straight points from Marysville, the Tigers answered with that triple. That is the first. Check that second attempt from beyond the arc by the Tigers in the game. Now there's a shot in the paint by Marysville. Pichel goes up to the board, and it's lost out of bounds. Play Center has it back with a 15-4 lead. Lindhorst back on for Marysville. Chase Green will come out. Also, Brennan Wetter checking back in. Tigers have brought Altizer back on the court as Wallace comes out. Chip Chestnut, Altizer, Siebold, Rosine, and inbounding against full court pressure is Lane Libby. Comes into Siebold, right side. Skip pass deep left comes to Altizer. Now on the backcourt, Libby brings it himself with a pass to Siebold, wing right. Caleb backs it out. Libby directs some traffic. Back right it comes to Siebold. Now dribble penetrates, backs it out, turns and spins toward the paint, stops, kicks it across left to Altizer. Step back 3. Yes! The Tigers have drilled 2 trays already, and they lead 18-4. 3:13 left first quarter. At the right wing is Sparks to Pichel. Dangerous with the dribble, guarded by Altizer right now, some speed on speed. Here's a dribble drive by Lindhorst. Up and over the outstretched arm of Ethan Rosine, and Lindhorst knocks it in. Down court, Libby, wide open, lay-in, yes! The feed from Altizer as they break the pressure, and Lane Libby's second bucket. Tigers lead at 20-6. We're in the first quarter. Shot up, no good. Rosine, another board, his 6th already in this game. As the Tigers, with a 14-point lead, have the possession back. Seabold outside and deep. Up and down battle early. Marysville, Coach Williams said they want to run. Oh, what a look from Libby to Rosine, who has 8. It's 22-6. Lane Libby, deep wing left. Not the best angle in the world to go opposite block, but he's threaded the needle, and Rosine able to finish easily. 22-6 ball game. Outside, Peschel, 3-ball up, strong. Rebound, guess who? Quick draw, Rosine has his 7th board in the opening quarter. Seabold, left corner. Libby, 3, strong. Weak side board, Altizer has it. Tigers a new possession. Dalton pulls the trigger, and it's short. Rebound, Chestnut battling for it. It's going to be called for the foul. Great hustle from Morgan Chestnut. And trying to get to the loose ball, though, ran into the Marysville Bulldog. Rosine comes to the sideline, gassed, and he should be. 7 boards. I have him for 8 points in this first quarter. 1:56 to work, and he'll get a breather before the second period gets going. Wetter brings it across for Marysville to Sparks, and he walked with the basketball and forced. Nick Sparks turns it over, and Clay Center has it back with that 16-point lead. 1:50 to work here in the first. Lady Tigers won earlier, 63-44. Savannah Kipfer and Caitlin Bonenblust leading the way with 11 each. Here's Wallace at the right sideline. It's going to be a blocking foul against the Bulldogs, Lindhorst. Wallace had the sideline. Lindhorst tried to cut him off and ends up bumping him out of bounds. Do a final. Smoky Valley Concordia went to overtime. Smoky Valley wins 47-42. 47-42 Smoky Valley girls over Concordia in overtime. Cade Wallace brings it across. He is guarded by Chase Green. To Lane Libby. Looks down low. Altizer turns, spins, off glass and good. Dalton Altizer now has 5. Tigers have Parker Folks into the game during that last break. 24-6. Clay Center by 18 here in the opening period. 6 points defensively good. 24 points offensively outstanding. And now a blocking foul against Lane Libby. Down low on the block, trying to draw the charge. And instead, it'll be Marysville to striper, and then Wetter will shoot 2. Abilene also in action tonight, and they're playing Augusta. And the girls winning 75-35. Belle Barberry had 25 in that game to lead the way. Again, Concordia girls losing against Smoky Valley in overtime, 47-42 that final. 24-6 here. Tigers lead it by 18 in the first quarter. 1:22 to work as Wetter missed on the first free throw. Second up, and this one's good. He hits 1 of 2. The Tiger lead is 17 points. Full court pressure again. You'll see that all night from Marysville. Wallace breaks it with the dribble. Now to Folks. Parker attacks. Bounce pass low, looking for Chestnut. Bounced out of bounds off of the Bulldogs, and it stays with Clay Center on the baseline. It'll be Cade Wallace to inbound. He fakes it deep, now fakes it low, now needs some help, gets it to Libby on the wing left. Lane, dribble penetrates, kick across to Chestnut. Morgan, ball fake, takes it up, puts it in. Morgan Chestnut with the bucket inside. Great head and shoulder fake. Got the defender up in the air, and the Tigers up 26-7. Just under a minute to work first quarter. Out top, dribble drive by Jayton Haggard. Marysville gets the baseline now. Kick out to Chase Green for 3. No good. Rebound. Good box out. Now Cade Wallace, one-on-one the other direction. Murph with the left. No, reverse lay it is good. Wallace hangs in the air, floats underneath in the reverse spin, puts it up and down. It's 28-7. Green for 3. No. Rebound. Chestnut. Foul called. Morgan Chestnut with the box out. And the foul against the Bulldogs. And the Tigers lead it here by 21. But Cade Wallace on the other end, that's going to be highlight film stuff he can talk about for a while. Transition, full speed toward the lane left side. Defender on him. He got up in the air, pumped it down below, went across the lane, and then scooped it off the glass with the spin and good. Tigers get it back. The rebound by Chestnut. The foul was on Sparks. Now the long down court pass. Rosine back in the corner. Gets it to Seabold. 25 to work. Tigers by 21. Seabold attacks the lane. He'll be fouled and head to the line. Peschel called for the foul on that trip. Caleb Siebold caught that on the wing right and looked up, and there was nobody on the right side of the lane, so he took off on the sprint dribble, attacked it, and Pichel had to come across and foul him to stop an easy lay-in. 2 free throws coming. First rims out. 2 points in the game for Caleb. 1 more free throw coming here. We're in the first quarter. Tigers on top 28-7. 21 to work. Siebold knocks in the second. He's 1 of 3 at the line, has 3 points. Down court, left wing, Chase Green, 15 to work. Right side, Pichel attacks, hangs in the air. No. Tips his own rebound, but it comes off instead to Ethan Rosine. 7 seconds left. Wallace up the right sideline with 5. Now fakes the pass, takes it in. Folks tries for the offensive board, and then it's lost to Marysville right at the buzzer. Headed to quarter 2. The Tigers lead 29-7 here in Marysville. Stay with us. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 100.9.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. We've got you covered.
Did the recent storm cause damage to your roof? Call Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia now to have a member of our team provide an estimate to restore your roof. Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has been replacing and installing commercial and residential roofs for over 35 years. You can trust the Geisler team to get the job done right.
Twin Valley and Clay Center will be open until 8 p.m. during CCBA's third Thursday event on December 17th. Stop in for snacks, fun prizes for the kids, sign up for their holiday drawing, and receive a Twin Valley lunch cooler with your CCBA keychain. While you're there, look into their Pulse Internet service. It's the fastest internet speed available to support multiple devices and keep them streaming during the busiest time of the year. For business or home, Pulse Internet is the way to go at Twin Valley.
Tigers lead it here 29-7 as we get set for quarter number 2. Clay Center getting 8 points, and I have him for 8 rebounds from Ethan Rosine in the first 8 minutes. So 8, the Q number there for Rosine right now. 7 points from Cade Wallace. He and Dalton Altizer both have knocked down a 3. Dalton with 5 points. Libby has 4, 3 from Siebold, and Morgan Chestnut with 2. Marysville opens with the basketball. The Tigers have Anthony Atkinson-Enneking in the game, along with Rosine, Libby, Siebold, and Altizer. Just underway, second quarter. Tigers lead by 22. Pull-up jumper mid-lane, no good. And out of bounds to the Tigers. Just barely caught the front of the rim. Jayden Haggard shot, and then went out of bounds. And so it'll be Clay Center's basketball. Rosine will inbound. Altizer in the backcourt as he brings it up the floor now. Baseline right to Libby. Lane looks low. Dribble penetrates. Down in the short corner. Back outside. Altizer open for the long bomb. Three-pointer just rimming out. And now a foul. The Tigers in low. Atkinson-Enneking, Rosine, both battling inside. It's going to be a foul against the Bulldogs, Ethan Craig. His first foul. 6 fouls whistled against the Bulldogs thus far. As Clay Center will inbound from the baseline. Libby. Rosine pulls the trigger from 16 feet away, and it's strong. Rebound comes off now to Brennan Wetter. Wetter brings it across. Wing right, it goes to Green. Siebold out on him. The one-man press working on Chase Green right now. Just pick up his dribble. Now across left to Wetter. Hand it off to Pichel. And Dalton Altizer had the steal, just came across the arm in doing so. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Tigers. And the basketball to Marysville out of bounds. Clay Center jumps out 29 first quarter points. On top of that being impressive, they hold Marysville to 7. 29-7 ball game. Scoreless thus far in the second. We got a 5-second call. The one-man press has called it. Caleb Siebold pressuring, and Chase Green didn't go anywhere. And a 5-second violation gives the basketball back to the Tigers. Out of bounds, Rosine brings it into Libby. Right back to Ethan Rosine. 3-on-3 number. Stops on the wing left. Back out it comes to Altizer. Tigers a 22-point lead and possession. Lane Libby takes 3. Dribble penetrates. Hands it off to Rosine. Takes it up inside. No. Rebound. Atkinson-Enneking puts it back up and through. The Ant-Man inside. It's 31-7 Tigers. Spin by Pichel. Blocked by Rosine. Foul called. A lot of basketball up top, body down low by the official, evidently, and it'll be free throws coming for Peschel. 31-7 Tigers. Peschel to shoot 2. The foul was called on Rosine, his first. Free throw made by Gabe Peschel. He has 3 points now. First free throw attempt he's had in the game. This one up and also good. Nick Sparks will check in after the made free throw. Atkinson Innington will inbound. Tigers lead it here 31-9. And it comes to Altizer up the left sideline. Caught in a double team, and he throws it away. Peschel knocked out of bounds, stepped out of bounds. Marysville sideline wanting a foul against the Tigers. There was a collision. Peschel ended up going out of bounds and unable to save it back in. And Clay Center has the basketball back with a 22-point lead. Altizer in comes to Rosine. Back out near the timeline, Lane Libby has it. 6:20 to work first half. Tigers up big here in the first session. Altizer, right wing to Siebold. Caleb, ball fakes it, lobs it low. Atkinson Innington below the bucket, makes the catch, and then stripped out of his hands. Now Peschel almost walked with it, able to get rid of it. Sparks takes it toward the lane, runs right through Lane Libby for the charge. Tigers get it back. Magic Libby draws the charge down inside the lane. 6:01 left, second quarter. Both teams have scored 1 bucket in the first 2 minutes of the second period after the Tigers lit it up to the first 8 minutes. Cade Wallace back in. He had 7 first quarter points. Dalton Altizer will step out. Foul on Sparks is his second. Cade Wallace with it in the backcourt. Peschel pressuring there. He gives it back to Ethan Rosine. Now he stops in the backcourt, needs some help, brings it across the half-court line with a pass to Wallace. Cade left side on the wing, hesitation move. Now backs it out with a crossover, gets it to Libby. Lane will attack and a foul outside on Ethan Craig, his second. 31-9, and this will be a free throw chance here for the Tigers. Lane Libby, a 1-and-1 opportunity. He has 4 points in the game. Foul on Craig, his second. Team's 8. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good for Lane Libby, and the Tigers lead now 32-9. Coach Kelly Williams just noticed at the scorer's table, letting the official know if Lane makes this, I think he'll be taking timeout. 5:43 remains second quarter, and Libby does bury it, and there is the TO. 33-9. Tigers on top, second quarter action here in Marysville. Stay with us, back in a moment.
They say you don't become number 1 by being lucky. Valley Irrigation is proof of that. No one sells more pivots than Valley. Smart growers know the legendary quality and durability of Valley pivots are second to none. From structural superiority to technical excellence, there are more reasons to choose Valley.
See Republican Valley Irrigation or call 632-5588.
Along with our studio engineers tonight, Bernie Pancella, Cale Drulo with us on a Friday night as the Tigers here in Marysville lead big, 33-9. We have 5:43 remaining in the first half of play. By the way, when we do reach halftime, I'll remind you we are going to air again our conversation that we had on the locker room show with the Clay Center Tiger wrestlers Gabe Ware and Coach Brandon Pagorsh. And that'll be coming up again at halftime, as we did during the girls' half. We have coverage tomorrow on the air beginning at 9 a.m. for the Tiger Invitational. Marysville with the basketball. Baseline right, pull-up jumper, rattles in. Tough shots. Atkinson Innington was right in the face of Jaden Haggard, but he was able to arc it up and drop it down with a soft touch. Rosine drives, stops, kicks it back out deep for Libby. Left wing is Atkinson Innington. And good move by Anthony as he gets to the lane. Foul is going to be called, and that is a 2-shot situation for the sophomore. Double bonus now for the Tigers. I believe that's the 10th team foul. In correction, 1-and-1. He misses on the front end, so it was just the 9th team foul. Down court comes Peschel, crosses over, cut off by Libby. Back out deep it comes. Attack of the lane, shot block times 2. So like a sack, baby. You get a half a sack, you get a half a block. Atkinson, Henning, and Rosine double swatted that one from Jaden Haggard against the Bulldog padding on the brick baseline wall. 33-11, Tigers lead, 5:06 to work. Basketball belongs to Marysville. Morgan Chestnut checking back in during that timeout, as did Dalton Altizer. Right wing deep is Haggard. Out top, left alone for the three, and buries it. And they will shoot threes. The Tigers haven't given him any looks. That time it was a Haggard three that gives him 5. 33-14. 4:40 left to work here in this first half of play. The Tigers lead by 19 points. Pass down low, Altizer to Atkinson. Henning, the good power dribble, and he has 4. Good feed from Dalton outside that time. The Tigers back up by 21. Right wing and deep. Now out top it comes to Chase Green. Ball through his hands for a moment. Now he has it back. Right and deep. Marysville holds well beyond the arc now. This is Haggard with Atkinson Henning on him. To Chase Green. Lane Libby guarding there. Green trying to make his way in the paint, and it's going to be a reach-in foul on Lane Libby. Well before the shot, and just the 16th foul on the Tigers. So no free throws on this trip. Instead, basketball out of bounds on the baseline. It'll be Nick Sparks who will inbound it. 35-14, 4:06 to work. We're in the second quarter. Sparks looks to the corner and gets it to Peschel. He will dribble penetrate. Fingertip roll, no good. Rebound to a flat-footed Cade Wallace. They had it boxed out. Now Altizer in the front court. Tries to kick it to the baseline. Chestnut, and it's taken away by Chase Green, and then Altizer a little frustrated with giving it up. Went back after the steal and ends up with the reach-in. And this will be free throws now for the Bulldogs. Both teams with a bonus from here on out. Foul was called on Altizer, as mentioned, his second foul. Caleb Seabold, Ethan Rosine, both coming back on the court for the Tigers. Libby and Altizer will get a breather. 35-14. Tigers lead it. 3:53 to work. We're in the second quarter. Marysville, a 1-1 chance for Chase Green. His first free throw attempts tonight. And the first one on its way, rattles off, rebound to Morgan Chestnut. Tigers have it back, still up by 21 here. Down court, left sideline. Atkinson Henning traveled with the basketball. Tough spot to catch it. Had a traffic that he caught as he was landing and just couldn't get the dribble down as he tried to get by that defender as he was making the catch, so not all his fault. Sparks in. Craig out for Marysville. 3:45 to work here in the first half of play. Tigers have a 21-point lead. Left it comes now to Wetter. Out deep on the point. Jaden Haggard guarded now by Ethan Rosine. Dribble drives and blocks by Rosine again. This time it does go out of bounds. Stays with Marysville. So Ethan Rosine is having a night. He had 8 points and 8 boards. That's unofficial on the rebound the first quarter alone. And he's had 2 or 3 shot blocks added to that this evening as well. 3:27 to work. Sparks will inbound it. Wing left, Peschel. Back outside he comes to Haggard, and now left to Brennan Wetter. Haggard. 35-14 ball game. Out deep Wetter. Marysville trying to find an avenue toward the lane. They do get in there. Caleb Seabold may have dropped a charge, but there was a foul before that contact on a reach-in against the Tigers. See who it goes against. It's on Cade Wallace. It is a 1-1 chance for the Bulldogs. Brennan Wetter. He is 1 of 2 at the line. His only point in the game. Wetter will get a 1-1 chance here. The foul on Wallace is second. And the free throw up and good for Wetter. He's now 2 of 3 at the line. Mentioned Tiger Wrestling. We'll have those interviews coming up again at halftime. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. is when the Invitational and the Den gets started. They also hosted the North Central Kansas League middle school tournament today. Marysville did win the NCKL middle school title earlier in the day in Clay Center. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. start time here on KCLY. Well, at top of the hour reports, Tigers against full court pressure have it knocked to the bounds. That's off of the Bulldogs. Cade Wallace going to the ground trying to get to a crowd and eventually knocked out of bounds by Brennan Wetter. Tigers by 19 with the basketball. Rosine from the sideline, up the left side it goes, and Cade Wallace knocked out of bounds. Wetter came across the chops as he was trying to get to the basketball of Cade Wallace, and Cade will be at the stripe shooting 2. Cade had 7 first quarter points. Tigers put 29 on the board in the first 8 minutes. In the second 4.5 minutes, they have now scored 7 points total, so points have not been as easily to come to the Tigers in the second period, but they still lead by 20. Wallace knocked down the first free throw. He has 8. Second one rims off. Back to the way Marysville with it. Wallace favoring an ankle, it looks like to me, as he was backing down the court. Now Marysville throws it away, and Morgan Chestnut has it. Wallace back to the way with a dribble, has it taken by Pichel, but knocked it out of bounds. And now a foul called against Cade Wallace, his 3rd. And that ball had been taken by Pichel, then lost out of bounds, and they said Cade Wallace reached in before Pichel lost possession. And so Cade picks up that 3rd foul and will check out of the game. Tigers go with Caleb Mendham onto the court. So at the free throw stripe, Gabe Pichel to shoot 2. And he gets the first one to go in. I said shooting 2. That's still a 1-and-1, but now he will get the second free throw. Hit 2 last time. He's hit 3 of 4 now in the game. And this one up and good as well. So the lead is 36-18. Tigers have doubled up the Bulldogs. Marysville actually cutting into what was a 22-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Rosine into Atkinson, Inning back to Ethan. Now Rosine, a couple of dribbles. Off to Atkinson, Inning. Now through the timeline to the left sideline. Tries to go cross court with a pass down to the lane. Knocked out of there. Atkinson, Inning gets it back. Hangs mid-lane. Jumper's good. The Ant-Man now with 6. And the Tigers lead it 40-18. Pichel goes left and deep to Haggard. Downtown 3 up top. Rims off. Rebound. Morgan Chestnut tips it. Atkinson Inning on the road. And he tried to bounce pass it across paint to Seabold. Taken away. Now it's a double team, and we've got a out-of-bounds call against the Tigers. Brennan Wetter got kind of double team from Seabold and Mendham, which was a great double team in the full court. They had him in the corner. It looked like Wetter dribbled up over the top, and I thought they were going to need a carry, and instead they called it out of bounds off the Tigers. So Marysville keeps it. Clay Center's lead is 20 at 38-18. I think I said it was 40-18. They lead by 20 with 2:25 to work second quarter. Here's Wetter around left with the dribble. Kicks it out to Pichel. Ball fakes and drives. Cut off by Seabold and Mendham. Now Wetter, backdoor look for Sparks. Shot block again from Ethan Rosine. That has to be 4 blocks in the game to go along with the 8 points, and he's got to be very near double-digit in rebounds by now. Second quarter action, 2:14 to work. Adam Ebert into the game for the Tigers. Chestnut, Mendham, Rosine, and Folks out there. And open on the drive is going to be Haggard, no good. Rebound tipped, and Adam Ebert has it. Adam Bob gets it off to Chestnut. Morgan off to Mendham. Tip pass down court. Parker Folks ball fakes and brings it with the dribble. Ball fakes it again to Rosine. Attacks the lane, and he's fouled on his way into the paint. And Ethan Rosine will shoot 2. Foul on the Bulldogs. They've been in 10-plus fouls for a while, and Ethan Rosine will benefit with 2 free throws coming. 38-18, Tigers lead. Jumped out early in this one. Led 29-7 at the end of one quarter. Rosine can't get the roll on the first. He'll get 1 more free throw coming. Steps back up to the stripe with the Tigers on top by 20. Second free throw, strong. Rebound to Haggard. Marysville has it going the other way. Tigers back defensively. Peschel, kick out, Chase Green, 3-ball, strong. Rebound brought down by the Bulldogs. Back out to Green, doesn't want the 3 this time. Tigers lead 38-18. With it in the front court is Haggard, but just between the circles, well out deep, guarded by Folks. Now down low, Chase Green up and good. Nice cut from Chase Green away from the basketball, his first field goal, and now Parker Folks is fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line with the Tigers on top by 18. Minute 30 to work, first half. Tigers lead 38-20. Parker Folks will shoot 2. Chestnut, Ebert, Mendham, and Rosine on the court for the Tigers, along with Parker at the line. First free throw rims off. Anthony Atkinson Innington will come in. Ethan Rosine will come out. .38-20 ball game. Tigers lead it. Folks trying to add to that lead. Parker's free throw is rolling home. He has his first point tonight. Back the other way, Marysville quickly. Chase Green in the corner right, back outside Haggard, around left to Wetter. Now to Peschel. Works off a double screen, gets in the mid lane, rises, pulls the trigger, and drops it home. Now a timeout taken by Marysville with 1:17 to work. The Tigers lead it by 17. Timeout on the court. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on KCLY.
Farmway Co-op is seeking applicants for a grain manager for their Clay Center elevator. Primary duty is to manage Clay Center and Meltonville grain locations. You'll be responsible for grain quality control and inventory, OSHA, and safety requirements. You must have prior grain and computer experience, excellent communication skills, and customer service. Farmway offers competitive wages, benefits, and is an equal opportunity employer. Deadline is December 14th. To apply, contact Julie at 785-738-0763 or farmwaycoop.com.
39-22, the Marysville Bulldogs making a push here in the second quarter. The Tigers had a 22-point lead going into this period. Clay Center's been held to 10 points thus far in the quarter. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs have put 15 up, but still it's a 17-point Clay Center Tiger lead, and they have the basketball. Length of the floor to go. Pressure coming from Marysville. Chestnut to inbound, to Mendham in the corner. Double team at him. Lobs it back. Chestnut tips it. Morgan comes up with it. Keeps the dribble, now stops. Down court to Atkinson Innington on the sideline. Pressured outside now by Ethan Craig. Dropped inside. Folks gives it off to Chestnut. He'll attack. Ball fake. Takes it off last. No. Rebound. Ethan Craig falls to the floor. They're going to call a foul on Parker Folks as Craig was bringing that down. 57 seconds remains. And back to the free throw line. This time Marysville. Both teams have had opportunities at the stripes. The Bulldogs, actually, of their 22 points, they have knocked down 6 free throws. So 6 of their 22 points have come from the line. And there's 2 more free throw chances coming here. This is Ethan Craig. He's yet to step to the stripe. First free throw is good. The lead down to 16 now, 39-23. Everything that really could go right for the Tigers did in that first quarter. I mean, they were dropping them in from outside and in, transition going, one and dones, or forcing turnovers on the defensive end. Ethan Craig makes both free throws. Give Marysville credit for battling back here, but now another foul and more free throws. Caleb Siebold now for the Tigers, who is 1 of 4 at the line, will have a chance here to shoot 2. In this last 55 seconds, the way that both of these teams stay aggressive could take a while in the half. 55 seconds remain, second quarter. Siebold's first free throw is strong, and it bounces just off the front. Hit the back iron, popped up in the air. He, from our angle, thought maybe it'd slide right back down through, but did not. Second free throw up, and this one's short. Rebound to Marysville. Tiger lead is down to 15, 39-24. Peschel outside the Wetter. Drives it baseline, cut off by Ebert. Now back out it comes to Haggard. 43 seconds left in the half. Tigers by 15. Peschel outside. Brings it to the point. Siebold on him. Now Peschel gets by. Hangs in the mid lane. Shot no good. Atkinson indicating the rebound. And the length of the floor he goes coast to coast. Gets caught up in the air. Throws it to the back and gets it to Chestnut. Now Morgan holds it back to the bucket. Atkinson Enneking hangs in the air. He can't get it. Weak side board. Chestnut back up and through. He has 4, and the Tiger lead is 41-24. Down court, Chase Green. Atkinson Enneking pokes it away, diving at the timeline, trying to come up with it. And we've got a foul on Marysville's Chase Green, the Ant-Man playing defense, and then the good hustle on the sideline. And he was bumped, or he may have been off to the races for a lay-in. Instead, he'll be at the stripe to shoot 2. Anthony with 6 points in the game. He's 0 for 1 at the stripe. Tigers lead by 17 with 9.9 seconds left. First free throw, good. So Atkinson Enneking with 7 now. The Tiger lead back up to 18 points, 42-24. And he buries them both. Good touch at the line. Both hit rim, but softly rolled around and in. 7 seconds left. Near steal by Seabold. Now the tipped pass off Atkinson Enneking with 1. Green at the buzzer for 3. Hits iron, but falls off. The Tigers lead by 19 going to halftime. Play center, 43-24. I'm going to keep it right here, give you your scoring leaders, then we're going to get you to our halftime interview with Gabe Ware and Coach Brandon Pagorsh. Brendan Wetter leads 5 points from Jaden Haggard leads the way for the Bulldogs. Wetter with 4, 6 actually from Gabe Peschel, their top scorer. Ethan Craig hit 2 free throws, 2 points each for Adam Lindhorst and Patrick Link. For the Play Center Tigers, it has been a very balanced attack. Ethan Rosine, 8 points, all in the opening quarter. Then you have 8 points from Anthony Atkinson Enneking, 8 points from Cade Wallace, 6 from Lane Lively, 5 from Dalton Altizer, 4 from Morgan Chestnut. Caleb Siebel has 3, and Parker Folks with 1 free throw. And the Tigers lead it at the half, 43-24 over Marysville. Stay with us. Halftime will continue in just a moment.
Is there someone on your Christmas list who would appreciate a practical and useful gift, one that assists in their mobility? Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy has a large selection of possibilities ranging from wheelchairs and bath aids to canes and lift chairs. Maybe he or she would be happy with a new pair of shoes designed for diabetics. The friendly and professional staff will be glad to help you choose the perfect gift. Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy in downtown Clay Center.
Tonight's halftime gives us a chance to talk with Tiger Wrestling, Coach Brandon Pagorsh and Gabe Ware, guests we had earlier on our locker room show, which can be seen on the KCLY YouTube page. Right now, we're going to give you that conversation, starting off with the lone senior on this year's team, the hick from the sticks. Gabe Ware joins us on the locker room show. And Gabe, you know, you come into this season 6-1 to start. As the lone senior, it's been a great start to the year. Kind of give us a look at what the season's been like through 2 events, the double duel and then the Riley County duels that you took place in last weekend.
Well, starting out, we only got about 12 guys going out, and so, that kind of puts us in a hard spot for duels. But going out and get that double win over JC and Chapman was pretty sweet. And then I think everybody wrestled really well over at the Riley duels. But like I said, giving up 4 opens, it doesn't really help us out when duel-wise. But I think everybody's wrestling really well.
You know, 6-1's a great start. What are some of the things you have in your mind personally, maybe as a team and for yourself this year on the season?
Well, I know that a lot of guys have high expectations for this team, and I think we're going to do really well at state this year. And personally, I want to get in that finals match at state, and can't wait to get a hold of that one guy that beat me last weekend again this weekend.
I love the attitude. To no one's surprise that knows Gabe and the competitor that he is. As you look at this last invitational, I know senior night's still a ways off in February. Have you thought about what it's going to be like this Saturday to step on that invitational mat one last time?
Try not to think about it too much, but it's going to be pretty hard, but I'm just got to leave it out on the mat, one last time.
And it's got to feel good to be on the mat. I know last year was one of those deals where you just had to deal with and then move on for the rest of the season. All right, Tiger Trivia, you know this deal from football. So in honor of Christmas, if you were to pick a Clay Center Tiger wrestler that would most be like Buddy the Elf, who would it be?
Hunter Mullen.
For some reason, I had the feeling you were going to say that, Gabe. I just had a feeling. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
We always watch Rudolph as a family right on Christmas Eve. So
perfect. I love it. And what have you asked Santa for this year?
game of cornhole. You know that game?
I do. Yeah, we have it at our tailgate. Come over sometime. You can check. I thought sure it was going to be a trip to the state finals in wrestling. You don't need Santa for
I don't
that.
need Santa for that.
I like it. Gabe Ware, the Hick from the Sticks, with us on the Locker Room Show.
Central Valley Ag offers grain producers a grain advisor program.
That allows third-party professional traders to market bushels on behalf of the producer.
CVA's Pro Edge grain sales manager Luke Beckman says a limited-time marketing window is open right now.
You're going to sign bushels up through the program, let CVA market those, see what we can do for you as far as price.
Sign-up deadline is December 15th. Ask for details on the grain advisor program at your nearest Central Valley Ag.
Where the customer comes first.
Back at halftime, and once again, we're going to get a chance to talk with Tiger Wrestling. Coach Brandon Pegorsh joins us next. This entire interview can be seen on the KCLY YouTube page. Go check it out. Joined now by Coach Pegorsh. And, Coach, you guys have gotten the 2 wins, as Gabe told us, against Chapman and Junction City. I think, I'm going to guess, you've been asked this a few times by fans, maybe other coaches. You don't have a lot of numbers out this year. Gabe alluded to it as well. Your quantity is not big, but I know you and I have talked. You were excited coming into this year. You feel your quality is really superb.
Oh, absolutely. We have a quality group of guys out on the mat for us. And, you know, it is kind of disappointing not having the numbers because you like to see those reciprocate and you like to see the kids, you know, grow as the years go. But the kids that we have already grown tremendously this year. We got a nice little group of freshmen, along with you know, a good group of junior and senior leaders that have helped the kids out. So I really look forward to what this year brings. But you know, in terms of working with the kids in practice with the small group, we've just been able to get so much more. Just, you know, there's the word quality again. Just good quality reps, good quality goes in practice, and therefore the coaches have been able to work with the kids a little bit more. So, you know, quality is kind of that word that stands out, and that's what you got here. You got a good group of kids, and I think we can do great things this year.
You talked about the coaches. You mentioned them. Give us a look through your staff that you have working with you this year.
This year I have Craig Rickley with me again. That's a 7th year we've worked together. Michael Brownell's in his 6th season with the high school, and then new this year for us is Coach Michael Patnode, who was a former Clay Center state placer and wrestler, and he's done a great job coming in as a new coach.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to see those guys come back that we follow through their careers as wrestlers on the mat. Through the first 2 duels, the wins over Chapman and Junction City, and then the Riley County Duels tournament, where do you score your team this early in the season? It may be tough to put a real score on it. How do you feel coming out of those events?
I feel really good. You know, those were dual competitions. We were giving up some opens, so that's gonna hinder us. But tournament-wise, I feel really good. I feel, you know, at the state tournament, if you have 6 guys that score points for you, and, you know, 6 guys that are in that placing kind of, you know, point-scoring category, you've got a really good chance. You're going to trophy for sure, if not win it. And I feel that we have close to that. And so, therefore, I really think, you know, February is going to be nice to us and nice for us. And we can come into that state tournament charging hard with guys that are there to go in and win the tournament. You know, I'm thinking we've got 4 or 5 guys to make the finals. So I like our chances, especially in the tournament type of a setting. In a tough tournament type setting, I really like that. So
regional championships this year. We're not traveling way out west anywhere for the first time in a while. You guys go to Smoky Valley. I'm guessing you've at least taken a look at what that looks like.
Yeah, it's kind of stayed consistent year in, year out in the teams that we face. However, you know, it's going to be tough. It's a tough region. It's, you know, 4A is a tough tournament to qualify for in terms of what you got to go through. But not traveling out west will help us, especially in the winter months. And then I think, you know, going into that regional, we've performed well the last couple of years. So, you know, that's what we're working for. I feel our kids have a good feel for that. They have the experience of wrestling in regionals and even at the state tournament. And so I think that, you know, if we can keep everyone healthy, we're going to have a good charge there at regionals as well.
Okay, Coach P's first take at Tiger Trivia.
Okay.
You loaded up for this deal?
All right.
If you could name one Tiger wrestler that is the toughest to take down, who would you think it would be?
On this year's team?
This year's team.
Ooh, toughest to take down on this year's team. That's hard to say. That's hard to say. Gabe and Ryan are both pretty hard to take down. Yeah, I'd say it'd be a toss-up between Gabe or Ryan. They're both really hard to score on. They're both real strong. Gabe's really strong, and Ryan's his technique is really good. And he's, ever since he started wrestling, has been hard to score on. So it'd probably be one of those two.
It's great you've got to think about it, though. That means there's a lot of guys that are tough to take down on this team. All right, do you open Christmas gifts on Christmas Eve or on Christmas Day?
Oh, we do a little bit of both. We do some of the gifts during Christmas Eve, but then Santa comes and brings good things for the kids on Christmas morning, so we get to take part in both, which is fun.
We can all think back to, as kids or as parents, those little ones running around. You're living it right now, so a fun time. Name the last song and artist you either purchased or downloaded.
Last song or artist that I downloaded, I downloaded a live show from this summer that I went to. It was a String Cheese Incident concert, so not many people will know who that is. However, it was a live show that I downloaded from going to this summer. So
most know that I'm a music fan. I can always count on this guy to come up with someone I've never heard of, and then I listen, it's like, pretty cool stuff. So you have some obscure taste, but they're ones that I seem to adhere to, it seems, when you bring them up. So it's kind of cool stuff. Coach Bigorse, as always, we appreciate it. Good luck this weekend at the Invitational.
All right, thanks.
Stay with us. Halftime from Marysville continues next.
Tigers have the basketball to start the second half and promptly give it away. Here's Dave Peschel the other direction, and a shot blocked by Ethan Rosine again. And what looked like it was going to be bad news for the Tigers turns into good news for Clay Center. They get the shot blocked by Rosine, who bails them out, and then a foul called against the Bulldogs. So Clay Center has it leading 43-24, just underway in this second half. And our thanks again to the Tiger Wrestling Program talking with us. There's Caleb Siebold open for the lay-in. He has 5. Wide open over the top of that pressure. The Tigers have handled the press fine tonight and taken advantage of it for the most part this evening. And that time just threw over the top of it and had a wide-open layup for Caleb Siebold. As they pass down low, Peschel almost stepped out of bounds. Had the ball taken away for a moment by Siebold, then Libby, then out of bounds off of the Bulldogs. That's Clay Center's possession. Lindhorst hit it last. Siebold poked it away. Libby got his hands to it, and then it was knocked out of bounds by the Bulldogs. And Clay Center now with a 21-point lead has the basketball back. Altizer up court to Wallace in the corner to Libby. Cutting through is Rosine. Now back to the bucket. Ball fake. Steps through. It is blocked and a foul called. It'll go against the Bulldogs. So Tiger possession at the stripe now for Ethan Rosine. He had 8 first quarter points. He was 0 for 2 at the stripe. He'll get 2 free throws coming here. Rosine to shoot 2. The foul was called against Lindhorst, his 3rd. And first free throw is in for Rosine, who has 9 now. The Tigers have a 22-point lead once again at 46-24. Rosine's second charity is crawling in there as well. Rosine had 8 in the first half, all in the first quarter, in fact. Cade Wallace and Anthony Atkinson-Enneking all had 8 points as well in the first half of play. Now Marysville's going to throw it away again. A pass across lane ends up going to the sideline and out of bounds. And the Tigers have it with a 23-point lead. This is their biggest advantage they've had tonight. It was 29-7 after one quarter. And then the Bulldogs actually crept back in it. Now the Tigers put the hammer back down. Here's Altizer. Transition to Siebold. He attacks. Hangs in the air. No. Rosine. Stick back. Yes, he's got a dozen. He is a double-double already in this ball game. The Tigers now lead at 49-24. Here's Sparks, the top for 3. No. Rebound. Cade Wallace trying to race the pack down the court. Right side takes it in. Hangs in the air. Fouled. And Murph will get to the stripe to shoot 2. Wallace sprinting up that right sideline, just neck and neck in the pack of 3 Bulldogs after him, and got to the paint, drew the 3rd foul on Chase Green, and Wallace will shoot 2. He makes the first. He now has 9 points in the game. Great balance for the Tigers here. Lady Tigers won earlier as well tonight, 63-44. Savannah Kipper and Caitlin Bondenbus both had 11 in that game to lead the way. And now Cade Wallace knocks in both free throws, and he has 10. 2 Tigers now in double digits with Rosine a dozen, and Wallace with 10. 51-24. Tigers pulling away. Here's Green. Mid-lane jumper, no. Rosine, another rebound. Wallace, way down court. Livy attacks. Now spins it back out, was cut off. Wallace at the point. 3 ball. Yes! Murph knocks it down, his second triple of the game. He has 13, and the Tigers now lead it by 30. 54-24, third quarter. 6:05 left to work in the third. Here's Peschel. Ball fake and drive to the lane. Gets it by Rosine this time and in. Peschel has 8 points. Now Altizer just a little too fast getting to the half-court stripe. Turns it back over. It'll be Marysville's possession. The lead of 28 now for the Tigers. Marysville gets it. Just under 6 minutes left to work here in the third. Lindhorst has it at the top of the key against Rosine. Right side wing, Chase Green for 3. Rims off. Rebound, Rosine again. I will be really anxious to see how many rebounds Rosine does end up with in this game. I do not have a tally on him. I had him for the first quarter. Wallace hit his last free, makes one here, gives it off to Livy. Lane attacks, gets by the defender, can't get the shot. Rebound comes off to Lindhorst. Lane Livy did everything right there. Great move, just didn't finish. Peschel hangs in the air, little teardrop up and good, and he has 10. The Tiger lead, 54-28. Altizer across the timeline. Skips it left lane, Livy. Ball fake and drive to the paint. Foul called before the shot. And out of bounds to the Tigers. This is the 15th foul on Marysville in the third quarter already. The Tigers have not been whistled yet in the second half. 54-28. Lane Livy to inbound. Fires it way out deep to Altizer, who will look for Cade Wallace. Now goes to Seabold on the wing right. Wallace cuts through. Livy cuts through. Lefty comes to Rosine beyond the arc. Handed back off to Dalton Altizer. He'll attack. Hangs in the air. No. Rebound though to Rosine. He's fouled. And another whistle against Marysville. That last foul was called on Adam Lindhorst, his fourth already. So he came out of the game. Now the foul called on Ethan Craig, or Nick Sparks, I should say. It's his fourth. We still have 5 minutes to go third quarter. The Tigers do lead it 54-28. Lane Livy to inbound. Looks to the corner. Now lobs it outside. Seabold, good rip away on the catch. Now he pulls the trigger at the top for 3. Seabold knocks it in. Caleb now with 8 in the game. And the Tigers back on top 57-28. There's Haggard in the front court for Marysville out to Wetter. Tigers in the man-to-man. Now it's given to Peschel. Altizer on him. Chase Green gets off the screen, tries the triple, and knocks it down on the wing left. Chase Green has 5 points, his first 3-point field goal. Cade Wallace up the left sideline. And the Marysville has chased Wallace a couple of times on the sideline. You cannot step out of bounds to cut a guy off. They've changed that rule a few years back. And Wallace, if he just makes contact and you're running side by side, it's a foul on a defender. And he's done that several times tonight. Foul is on Haggard, his third. Morgan Chestnut back in for the Tigers. Cade Wallace with possession across to Altizer. 4:20 left third quarter. Tigers on top 57-31 here in the third. Altizer has the ball picked away to the backcourt, and it's an over and back call, and Dalton trying to argue is knocked away from him. I thought it was, but the official says no, it's an over and back violation. Lane Livy now gets a breather as Anthony Atkinson-Enneking comes back on for Clay Center. Atkinson-Enneking, Wallace, Chestnut, Seabold, and Altizer on the court for Clay Center. Taken away inside by Dalton. Behind the back of the midcourt stripe. Now spins his way in the lane. Hangs. It's blocked. Peschel the foul. Dalton Altizer will be at the stripe to shoot 2. 4:05 left third period. Bulldog head coach Scott Brown not happy at all in the second half. And he is now really lobbying for the call, and the official listened for a bit and then told him, you need to step back. 3 fouls on Peschel. It has been a frustrating night for Marysville, and I know for Coach Brown as well, as the Tigers have just come out and really caught fire, and it is a 7th team foul on the Bulldogs. None have been whistled on the Tigers in this third quarter. Altizer hits 1 of 2. Dalton now with 6 points in the game. Marysville back down court. To the corner is Brendan Wetter. Started by Wallace to Chase Green. He'll pull a quick trigger. It's strong. Rebound inside. Chestnut battling. Atkinson, anything will be called for going over the top. Basketball out of bounds. And a timeout's going to be taken here by Marysville. 3:53 remains third quarter. 58-31. Tigers lead it here in Marysville. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 100.9.
The 15th. That's the day it arrives. That white standard window envelope sits in the mailbox just waiting to deliver its dread.
That is the day the mortgage bill comes, but it's not that bad. Well, since I refinance with United Bank and Trust, that is.
Oh. Well, now I just feel overly dramatic.
Don't be scared. Take advantage of the market. There's still time to refinance, and that can mean saving dollars each year. Visit ubankonline.com to check out current rates and even begin the refinance process. Rethink, refinance. United Bank and Trust.
Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
How can you enjoy the holiday guest if you're always in the kitchen? Let the deli and bakery at Ray's Apple Market take the load off your shoulders. Just think, you can relax round the breakfast table with fresh pastries from Ray's along with your own hot coffee. Wouldn't that be easy? What about lunch and dinner? Just pick up some signature Rock House salads and Hickory Pit turkey at Ray's Deli and Bakery Department. And remember, Ray's gift cards make perfect gifts for anyone in any amount.
Clay Center Tigers have the lead here on the road at Marysville. Both teams coming in with a 1-2 mark for the Bulldogs, 0-2 for the Tigers. First NCKL play for anyone in the North Central Kansas League, and the Tigers have lit it up tonight. And we've got a 5-second violation out of the Bulldog timeout on the baseline. They did not get it in bounds. It's Clay Center's possession. So the Tigers unable, or did not allow, I should say, the Bulldogs to find anybody open. The 5-second violation. The Tigers have it back. 58-31. They lead it. They were at 43-24 at halftime. Ball lobbed into Cade Wallace down court. Caleb Siebold crosses the paint, puts it off glass and good. He now has 9. Correction, 10 points now for Caleb Siebold in double digits. Foul called against Clay Center down in the lane. Siebold, smart play, caught it on the left wing. Their defender, Chase Green, was in the paint. He just caught and crossed as he was catching across paint and then put the reverse lay-in down. It's 60-31 Tigers. 3:41 remains here. Trouble getting it in again. They do this time out deep to Chase Green. Drives the paint, hangs in the air. Wild shot, no good. Rebound to Siebold. To Altizer. At the timeline, brings it across. Crosses over toward the paint. Oh, what a look inside. Morgan Chestnut for 2. He has 6. The dime thrown that time by Altizer. It's 62-31. Tigers lead it. 3:19 to work third quarter. Here's Haggard out top. Left it comes. Chase Green. Green holds and now gives it outside again to Peschel. Thought about the 3. Now in some trouble. Gets rid of it to Wetter. Wetter will drive. Hangs in the air. Off glass. No. Atkinson, Enneking reaches up with one hand and brings it down. And that's going to be called for carrying the basketball. Got across the timeline. Wanted to push it and had a defender kind of in the area. Went to the left hand and he just took a stride with it palmed as he came across the midcourt stripe. 62-31 Tigers. 2:58 remains here in this third quarter. Marysville gets the possession back. Peschel will bring it across the midcourt line. Left with the dribble. Head and shoulder fake. Libby doesn't buy it. Now it's a three-pointer from Chase Green left side. His second 3 of the game. Cade Wallace through a double team, fouled, and he'll be at the line for a 1-and-1. Cade kind of splitting it with the crossover dribble and 2 defenders in the area bumped. And it'll be a 1-and-1 chance here for Cade Wallace. Cade's hit a couple of threes in the game. Has 13 points right now. 3 of 4 at the line tonight. Front end of the 1-and-1 here is good. He's now 4 of 5 and has 14 points. 63-34 Tigers. Second free throw, no. Rosine, offensive board, stick back, fouled. He's headed to the stripe. Rosine has a dozen, and he's headed to the line. 14 for Wallace, missing. Rosine hauls down the board, and a chance for him to step to the stripe and add to his 12 points this evening. And to add to a 29-point Tiger lead. Free throw from Rosine is up and short. They'll have one more coming. Tiger Wrestling tomorrow, 9 a.m. is pregame, or is the start time on that. Tomorrow morning at 9 from the Den, Tiger Wrestling Invitational. And then Chiefs football on Sunday, 11 a.m. pregame. They kick off at noon at home against the Chargers, all here on KCLY. Rosine misses both. Rebound away to Peschel. 2-on-2 the other direction. Goes right into Cade Wallace, gets the bucket, gets the bump, and Gabe Peschel's got a chance at a three-point play. He has 12 points now in the contest. Dalton Altizer will come back in as Murph Wallace just picked up his fourth foul on the play. Peschel did a good job. Wallace never could get set to try to draw the charge. Peschel, though, came right into him and made the contact, and the foul was called. Smart play by the guard for Marysville. Free throw up, and he buries both, or hits the free throw. He has a three-point play. He now has 13 in the game. Dalton Altizer down court, half court, 3-on-1. Looks to Atkinson, Enneking up off glass and down. Anthony now with 10 in the game. First bucket of the second half. Good feed from Altizer. 65-37 Tigers. Around left, they swing it to Chase Green. Hands it outside to Peschel. Dribble penetrates and blocked again by Rosine. No call for the foul. 65-37 Rosine. How many blocks he has? He is obviously well over 10 rebounds. He's over 10 points. He might be around that 5 or 6 block shot points, and all of a sudden you're kind of within range of that old triple-double conversation, although he doesn't get that one there because he drew the foul his second. 65-38, Peschel makes the second free throw. 65-39, I should say. Tigers substituting Caleb Siebold in. Lane Libby back on. Altizer and Rosine and Atkinson Enneking in the game. Tigers lead at 65-39 in the backcourt against pressure. Lane Libby up the floor to Siebold. Across, it comes down court to Rosine. Ethan attacks, stops. Now slides inside, can't get it. Has his own rebound. Back up off glass and good. 14 for Rosine, and another offensive carom on his own miss that time. It's 67-39. Tigers. Peschel, the drive and a drop in. He has 15. Tigers down court quickly. Down it comes. Atkinson Enneking to Rosine again. Good feed from the Ant-Man to the quick draw, and it's 69-41. Minutes 35 to work for in the third. Green for three. No. Rebound to Rosine. Atkinson Enneking brings it across the timeline. To the corner goes to Libby. Three ball on its way. Just rims off. Rebound tip out by Rosine, but it goes to Haggard. He'll take it down. He's bumped by Altizer, and a chance at a three-point play for Jaden Haggard. Both teams getting out in transition. Tigers have taken advantage a lot, but this time it's Marysville who gets a chance at the hoop and harm, and the foul on Altizer is his fourth. So Wallace and Dalton both with 4 fouls for the Tigers. Dalton will come out. Mason Alberg checking in. Libby, Rosine, Siebold, and Atkinson Enneking on the floor. 69-43. Haggard missed on the first, misses on the second. Atkinson Enneking with the rebound, and now we've got a lane violation called against the Tigers. They say Ethan Rosine was too quick in the lane. 69-43. So Haggard gets another chance. Free throw up, and this one's down. So he converts the three-point play and now has 8 points in the game. Timeout taken on the court. Tigers lead it 69-44, late third quarter when we come back.
Add big flavor to your next get-together with Subway Catering, featuring good-to-go boxed meals with a side and freshly baked cookie, crowd-pleasing giant subs, and piled-high sandwich platters overflowing with flavorific choices. All made the way you say with everything you love. Subway Catering is simple, satisfying with something for everyone. A great value for any budget. Visit Subway.com to order and let us take care of any occasion. Subway, cater fresh.
Some catering orders may require 24-hour advance notice.
Back once again in Marysville, the Clay Center Tigers rolling tonight. They lead at 69-44. Third quarter, minute 17 still to go. So the Tigers have put up obviously huge numbers at 69 with still a minute 17 in the third period. They lead by 25. It was a 43-24 game at halftime. Clay Center has led by as many as 30 in the game. They currently lead it by 25 as mentioned. Mason Alberg will inbound. Brings it into Caleb Siebel. He is fouled immediately, and he'll be at the other end shooting two. Caleb's knocked down a three-pointer tonight, 3 two-point field goals. Has 10 points in the game. He is one of 5 from the free throw line. 2 free throws coming here for the senior. And this one up and down. He's got 11. The lead is 26 for the Tigers. One more free throw on its way. 70-44. And Caleb 2 for 2 this trip. 12 points for Caleb Siebold in a game. Right baseline, it comes to Sparks, around left to Green, and he lost it out of bounds. That's Clay Center's possession, just trying to get to the baseline left. That left-hand dribble and lost it right in front of the Bulldog student section. Possession to the Tigers, who lead at 71-44 up by 27 with a minute 5 to go third period. Siebold, ball fake in the backcourt, now through a double team, into a triple team, has it, goes down low. He is called for traveling. He actually had Ethan Rosine wide open and had gotten the pass to him, but the official whistle came in and said he just staggered a step before he got rid of it. And the basketball back to Marysville. 1 minute remains, third quarter. Here's Peschel. Hangs in the air, had to go high over Atkinson. Eneke and got to drop in. He now has 17 in this game. Ball nearly taken away. Alberg gets it back for the Tigers. Here's Lively across the timeline. Lane goes right wing deep for Siebold. To Lively. Down low, Atkinson Eneke steps strong off glass and good. He has 12. 73-46, great feed from Magic Lively. And there's Siebold with an ear steal. We do get a jump ball out of it. The arrow belongs to Marysville with 27 to work. 73-46 Tigers. Marysville will have possession on their own baseline. Lindhorst inbound to the corner for Sparks. He has Alberg on him and can't get away from him. Now puts the dribble down, and now in some trouble. He's pivoted twice. Now gets it down low in the block to Lindhorst, who drives, and he is going to be fouled on his way in. This will be foul number 6 on the Tigers. So the next foul, both teams will be in that bonus. 73-46 ball game. Tigers leading. 15 seconds left to go in this third. Peschel out top to Green. Green's hit 2 threes, both here in the second half. Here's Lindhorst. Pull-up jumper over Atkinson. Eneke banks almost in and misses, but he goes to Haggard for 2. Caleb Siebold at half court trying to get a shot away and will not get one before the buzzer. Headed to the final 8 minutes. The Tigers up big. 8 minutes to play. It's 73-48. Tigers on top when we come back.
Listen up. Wallace True Value is always getting calls for scratch and dent freezers, and I found a load of uprights, and they are nice. These are factory blemish models, which mean they have very little wrong with them, a full factory warranty, and a great price tag. 16, 18, and 20 cubic foot frost-free models. Get them while they're hot, or cold in this case. Wallace True Value in Clay Center, open 7 days a week for you.
At Oldie Seed, we take pride in bringing our family of growers the latest seed technology, like our Liberty Link soybeans. Across the country, Liberty Link yielded as well or better than Roundup Ready varieties. And when used with Liberty herbicide, you can control hard-to-kill weeds that have been glyphosate resistant. This season, if you want to give your fields a big wildcat first down, plant a Liberty Link soybean variety from Oldie Seed, proud sponsor of Kansas State football.
73-48, Tigers have the lead as we head into the final frame here, and they'll have the basketball to begin the fourth quarter as well. Just an amazing performance they put together tonight. Defensively, for the most part, they have been really, really good. Offensively, they have let that defense lead to some opportunities, and they have cashed them in when they've had that chance. Tigers a little trouble on the offensive end, and that first possession, and Coach Kelly Williams gets the time out to draw something up. We'll keep it right here. We'll let you know what's coming up tomorrow on KCLY. We have the Tiger Wrestling Invitational. Starts at 9 a.m. We'll bring you top-of-the-hour reports. I'll be with you from the den as the Tigers host really one of the bigger one-day tournaments in wrestling across the state. And it'll be a fun one tomorrow. The Tigers, who have had a great start to the season, just came off the Riley County duels last weekend and then swept Chapman and Junction City in duels to begin the season. They'll host that tomorrow. When we get to the afternoon finals round, all the Tigers that wrestle in that final round will have live on the air tomorrow. That's, again, from the Tigers Den at Clay Center. Tonight, don't forget the Kansas High School Scoreboard Show is on its way. That'll be starting at 10 p.m. tonight. Scores from across the state of Kansas. 73-48, Tigers with the basketball out of their own timeout. They set up Morgan Chestnut. He just couldn't quite make the catch. Lane Leiby had the bounce pass in as he made that curl cut and just bounced away from him and out of bounds. So back to Marysville. No time off the clock on that misplay by the Tigers. So Marysville gets it. Clay Center leads 73-48. Fischel, right side wing and deep. Chase Green to the top of the key. Wetter for three. Banks it in. Banks open late in Marysville, as they say. That is Wetter's first field goal. Here's Mason Alberg down court, laying up a good. Junior has his first points of the night. The feed from Magic Leiby. 75-51 Tigers. Sparks out top. Left on the wing it goes now to Fischel. To Chase Green. Chestnut on him. 7:20 to work, fourth quarter. Tigers up big. Green drives it tough. Guarded jumper's good. Green now has 10, and the Tiger lead is 75-53. Here's Cade Wallace. Corner right, Lane Leiby holds there. Now dribbles through a double team and is fouled. He'll get to the line to shoot two. Lane Leiby yet to score in the second half. Does have 6 points in the game, and will get 2 free throws coming his way right here. So Leiby steps up. The foul against Nick Sparks is his fifth, so they'll have to check out. Lindhorst in. 2 free throws for Lane Leiby. Just underway in the fourth quarter. 7:02 remains. First free throw falls home for Lane. Leiby's 3 for 3 at the stripe and now has 7 points. The Tiger lead is 23. 7:02 to work. 76-53. Marysville, we knew coming in, Coach Williams talked about it in pregame, they want to get up and down the court. They want to get lots of shots off. They want to pressure. Well, the Tigers have run with them and used that pressure to their advantage. Lane Leiby is going to be called for the blocking foul. And it will be free throw opportunity coming to Chase Green, a 1-on-1 chance. Green now has 10 points. There have been a lot of free throws shot in this second half thus far. Front into the 1-on-1 good for Green, who has 11. 6:53 remains fourth quarter. 23-point Clay Center Tiger lead. Green makes both. Substitutions from both sides. Ethan Craig back on for Marysville, and Ethan Rosine back in for the Tigers as Mason Alberg gets a breather. So Green makes both free throws. The Tigers have the basketball back. They lead at 78-54. Here's Leiby in the backcourt. Off to Dalton Altizer is back in. Crossover move, and he is fouled by Ethan Craig. Again, on that sideline, the Bulldogs have just got to back away, because if you make contact, you're trying to cut the sideline off. The guy's got his dribble going. It's going to be a foul, and the Tigers have really done a good job of just attacking through that situation. That foul on Ethan Craig, now his fifth. The 2 Bulldogs have fouled out. Tigers have 2 players, Cade Wallace, Dalton Altizer, both with 4 fouls. Altizer at the line here misses the first of 2 free throws. He has 6 points in the game. 77-55. They just corrected the scoreboard. They put the second Chase Green free throw on the wrong side. Tigers lead by 23 as Altizer makes the second of the two free throws. He's 2 of 4 at the line tonight. 6:44 remains. Tigers up 78-55. Here's Peschel. 17 points, lead all scorers tonight. Lindhorst muscles his way in the paint. Baby hook, no. Rebound tipped by Chestnut. Picked up by Altizer, who goes down awkwardly. Peschel helping him back up as they collided while going for the loose ball. And it'll be free throws on the other end again for the Tigers. 2 coming for Dalton Altizer, who hit 1 of 2 his last time up. 78-55. Tiger lead, 6.5 to go in this game. First free throw is strong. One more coming for the Tiger junior. Fourth quarter here, the Tigers lead by 23, make it 24 as Dalton does make the second of those 2. And now has 8 points in the game. 79-55. 6:24 still to go. The Tigers just put tons of points on the board already. At 29 in the opening quarter, Lindhorst knocks 2 in for the Bulldogs. 79-57. Altizer long down court pass sideline to Lively. Lane attacks the lane with a dribble. Hands it off to Rosine. He'll go strong. Bucket good. Ethan Rosine now with 16 points in this game. 8 in each half. Actually 8 in the opening quarter before went silent for a while. Here's Chestnut with a defensive rebound off a miss by Peschel. Dalton Altizer up to the right corner. Peschel near steal, knocks it out of bounds. 81-57, Tigers lead it. Caleb Mendham in. Altizer will come out. Also Caleb Siebold back in, and Morgan Chestnut will check out of the game. Also Anthony Atkinson Inningking in as Wallace will come out. Rosine and Lively stay in. Here's a drive by Rosine. No good. Weak side board. Caleb Mendham back up and down. His first points tonight. And the Tigers lead 83-57. Chase Green, 3 left wing is good. His third of the half. He has 15 points now in the game. And now a steal by the Bulldogs. Letter in the front court with 5.5 to go. Tigers lead by 23. Now a rebound from Green again. His fourth of the half. The lead's down to 20 with 5:15 to work. Rosine down court to Atkinson Inningking. Back outside to Siebold. Siebold now attacks the paint, gives it off to Rosine. No, gets his own rebound, back up and misses. He's headed to the free throw line. Rosine with 16 points tonight and a ton of rebounds. He added another offensive board there. Again, it will be very interesting to see how many rebounds Rosine ends up with on the evening. I had him unofficially for 8 through the first quarter, and he has certainly not been lacking rebounds since that time. Patrick Klink in as the Bulldogs' Adam Lindhorst becomes the third at Marysville Bulldog to reach his limit in fouls. Rosine at the stripe to shoot 2. And the first one's perfect. 17 tonight for Ethan Rosine. 84-63. 5:03 remains. Second free throw from Quick Draw is down. He's got 18 tonight. Cade Wallace with 14. Atkinson Inningking has 12. And now a steal by Lively against Green. Crosses over, gets to the paint, off the glass, and finishes coast to coast, goes Magic. And he now has 8. Correction, 10 in a game. That's 3 now, and 4 in double digits for the Tigers. There's a drive by Peschel. He drops it in. He has 19. Loves that little floater in the lane, and he's been very consistent with it. Here's Siebold to Lively. Lane drives to the baseline. Skip past to Mendham. Back outside, Atkinson Inningking. Pull-up jumper at the left elbow is good. He has 14. The Ant-Man adding to his totals tonight. 14 points, and it's 89-65. Midway point, fourth quarter. Tigers lead it here in Marysville. Here's Witter. Outside to Link. And he walked with the basketball. Tigers get it back here with 4:10 to work. Mendham, Atkinson, Inningking, Rosine, Seabold, and Libby on the court for the Tigers, and they lead by 24. Lane Libby will inbound to Seabold. Up the left sideline, stops, spins. Now gets it across court to Caleb Mendham. He brings it to the baseline right now, back to the wing and outside to Libby. Left corner is Anthony Atkinson Inningking. He's going to go up and be fouled. 2 free throws coming for the sophomore. 14 points for Atkinson Inningking. And a good job by Anthony that time. He caught on the left baseline, skip pass, and as soon as he caught, he'd already seen that lane opened up, and he just tacked it, was cut off and fouled, and as the first free throw rim around and fall off. 3:57 remains in this game. The Tigers lead 89-65. And second free throw is good. So that's 15 tonight for Atkinson Inningking. Down court, Peschel. Wetter had it knocked away by Atkinson Inningking, then off of Wetter, and it's going to be Clay Center's basketball. And they've hit 90, lead by 25. Lane Libby to inbound. Seabold trying to break open. Now Caleb Mendham does. He'll rip through, get it up the court now to Seabold. 3-on-1. Atkinson Inningking laying good. Good feed from Seabold. Atkinson Inningking has 17, and it's 92-65 Tigers. And the one-man press, Caleb Seabold almost forced a 5-second call. Marysville does get it in. 3.5 to go in this game. Here's Wetter. Kick out. Chase Green's been hot from 3. He rims out here. Rebound Wetter. Back up in the paint. No. Rebound tipped by Atkinson Inningking. Brought down by Rosine. 3:15 left. Tigers lead it 92-65 here in Marysville. Seabold, the Mendham, around the Libby. Now to the post, inside, Rosine. Up off glass and good. Rosine has 20. It's 94-65. Tigers up. Huge. Is the triple-digit night in line? They're 6 points away. Here's a drive by Green. Spins, turns, pulls up from 15 and drills it. He now has 20 in the game. Tigers, Caleb Mendham has it knocked away, and Clay Center's going to bring 5 fresh off the bench. Clay Center rolling here tonight at Marysville. And to the cheers of the Tiger crowd come off those 5 that were on the floor. Parker Folks, Adam Eberts into the game. Nate Libby. Connor Last also in. Down court on the right sideline is Adam Eberts, as the Tigers have been able to clear the bench on a big-time night for Clay Center. There's a drive inside, a blocking foul against Marysville, and it'll be Nate Libby to the free throw line to shoot the correction. Brigham Glaves to the free throw line to shoot 2. So Brigham Glaves will have a chance here at the stripe. And gets it to cash in. Glaves with his first points at the varsity level on a free throw. Back iron, a good soft touch dropped in there. Connor Last on the floor as well. Brendan Fitzenmeyer for the Tigers. So Fitzenmeyer, Last, Glaves, Eberts, and Folks, and a three-pointer from Peschel gives him 22 now in the game. 2:19 to work. Tigers lead 96-70. Ball loose, picked up by the Bulldogs. Peschel back the other direction. 2:10 still to go. Green for 3. No good. Rebound inside. Stuck back, and a foul called against the Tigers down low. And it will be a foul against Connor Last. So at the line will be Ethan Craig. 2:06 remains. The Tigers storming tonight to 96 points and still 2 minutes to go and able to empty the benches. Folks, who sees quite a bit of time out there, but Last and Eberts played as well in the season. This free throw, but Peschel knocks it up in on the tip in. He has 24 points. Here's Connor Last off to the races towards the paint, and we've got a double dribble. They say touched it with an offhand. We got a timeout taken now by Coach Williams. 96-73. Tigers lead it Minute 57 to work here on the road in Marysville. Tigers lead when we come back.
Get more than propane when Propane Central delivers. Get a free gas system check, payment plans to fit any budget, and flexible delivery options. You can also earn free gas with their generous customer referral program. Just another way Propane Central offers the best value in propane.
Propane Central, leader, innovator, and friend.
96-73, Tigers lead it. A minute 57 to work. It's 96-73. This game went big early for the Tigers. 29-7 first quarter and 43-24 at halftime. And they have just kept the hammer down in this one as they lead 96-73 in the closing moments of this contest. Tigers back on the court now. Minute 57 to work. You have Ebert and Glaves, Fitzenmeyer, along with Last and Folks on the floor. Peschel down court, guarded by Ebert. Has to get driven outside. Wetter for three, left wing is good. Brendan Wetter hits his second three-pointer of the night. He now has 10 points in the game. And now it is a steal. Peschel up and good. He's got 26 tonight. Minute 33 to work. And now a near steal. It will be a foul call, and the Tigers will be at the other end with a chance to shoot free throws. So to the stripe will go Connor Last. Brigham Blaze did a good job, knocked one of two down his trip to the stripe. Connor Last, boy, a good-looking stroke. It just rolled out on him. They'll have one more coming. Minute 29 left in this ball game. And this time he drills it, hitting one of two. 12 Tigers in the scoring column now. It's 97-78. Here's Brendan Wetter. Works his way down to the baseline. Little baby hook on its way up and no good. Glaves clears it. Brigham up the right sideline with a dribble. Gets by a defender, bumps, no foul call. They'll say out of bounds. Brigham, I thought, was going to go back to the stripe, and instead they call it out of bounds off the Tigers. 97-78. Tigers lead it. Minute 9 to work. Last time a Tiger team broke 90, I don't know that answer. I just had someone text and ask me that. Minute 1 to work. And at the free throw line goes Brendan Wetter, who has 10 points in the game. Tigers just a tremendous balanced effort. As Wetter knocks in the first free throw. You have 20 from Ethan Rosine, 17 from Anthony Atkinson-Enning-King, 14 from Cade Wallace, a dozen from Caleb Siebold, 9 from Dalton Altizer. And there were more besides that, but that's the guys that were around that double-digit mark and beyond. Here's Fitzenmeyer in the front court to Folks. Under a minute to work. Parker back out to Fitzenmeyer. Now off it goes to Ebert. Around right. And as Brigham Glaves was catching the basketball, I think his back foot, they're saying, was stepped on the sideline. So possession goes back to Marysville, 97-80. Tigers lead it by 17. Ball nearly taken away by Fitzenmeyer. Now the ball loose in the paint and tying it up. Glaves, Ebert mix it up in the paint. It's going to be a jump ball that goes this time to Marysville. 41 to work. Bulldogs inbound toward the lane. Ball loose. Wetter has it. 3-ball. Left side. No good. Rebound battled for. Chase Green picks it up. He'll back it out. Trying to get a three-pointer away. He does, and it's short. Long rebound to the sideline. Tracked down by Green. He and Ebert both went after it. Ebert tipped it. Green has it. He'll drive. Lay-in goes down. Chase Green now at 22. 20 of those in the second half. Here's Spitzenmeyer with 13. To Parker Folks. He'll attack. He's fouled. Bucket almost goes. The crowd anxious to see if he could make that because it would have meant a chance at a three-point play, which would have meant, had he done that, 100 points. It's 97-82. You could hear the gasp as it hung on the rim. He got bumped hard, and Parker still almost got it to go in. He will get 2 free throws. Bucket up there, free throw up, and free throw good. Folks, 2 of 3 at the line. 98-82 Tigers. They've led by as many as 30 through the second half. Second free throw short. Rebound, tipped around, picked up by Green with 6. He will try a 3, is fouled, and it'll be 3 free throws for Chase Green, who has 22 points in this game. Huge numbers across the board for both these teams, obviously. Morgan Chestnut had 6. As mentioned, 20 from Rosine, 17 Atkinson Innington, 14 Wallace, 10 Leiby, 9 Altizer, 12 Seabold, 6 from Chestnut. And we'll see where the rest of the crew checks in. Mason Allberg out of the game, had 2 points. Green gets 3 free throws. 3.7 seconds remaining. The Tigers lead at 98-83. A scoring frenzy to start, and they have not backed down. Ebert with the rebound. He'll hold on to it. This game's in the book. Tigers have their first win and go to 1-0 in NCKL play. It's a 98-83 final over the Bulldogs. Stay with us. Postgame's on the way in just a moment.
An old battery can stop you cold. If you're not sure your battery has the power you need to get through another season, it's better to be safe than sorry. Stop in at Hanson Ford and get a Motorcraft-tested tough battery. Plus, get a $25 mail-in rebate with the purchase of a Motorcraft battery now through December 31st at Hanson Ford. Motorcraft batteries provide dependable power for today's high-technology vehicles across a wide range of conditions. See Hanson Ford of Clay Center. Ford, go further.
I'm straightening my office when...
Paper! I got your paper!
What in the world?
A whole truckload of premium 96 bright multi-purpose paper.
Paper?
Where do you want it?
Oh my. We'll have to have a sale on this. Normally it's $45.95 per carton, but I'm thinking $39.95 for all this. $37.95 for 10 cartons or more.
Look, buddy, I don't care what you sell it for. I just need it off my truck.
For the best prices on paper we've had in a long time, come see us at Central Office Service and Supply in Clay Center.
98-83. I mean, it was a night where the Tigers made sure the scorekeepers and that the electricity was on strong with that scoreboard because they lit it up from start to finish in this one. 29-7 after one quarter. They go on to win at 98-83. Leading scorers in the ball game for the Bulldogs. It is 22 coming from Chase Green in this ball game. 26 for Gabe Peschel. You also get 11 from Brennan Wetter, 4 from Adam Lindhorst, 2 from Patrick Link, 2 from Ethan Craig in this game. For the Tigers, just a tremendous balanced effort. 5 guys in double digits, nearly 6. You get 20 from Ethan Rosine, a definite double-double. I really will be interested to see the number of rebounds he ended up with. 20 for Rosine, 17 from Anthony Atkinson Innington, 14 for Cade Wallace, 12 from Caleb Seabold, 10 from Lane Leiby, 9 for Dalton Altizer. You get 6 points from Morgan Chestnut, 2 from Caleb Mendham, 2 from Mason Allberg, 2 for Parker Folks, and a free throw each from Brigham Glaves and from Connor Last. And it heads up to a 98-83 winner. And what a way to break through with your first win of the season and go to 1-0 now in the NCKL. 98-83. Lady Tigers won earlier, 63-44. They're 3-0 now to start this season. State-ranked Lady Tigers were led by Savannah Kipfer and Caitlin Bonnerbluss, both with 11. Good night here in Marysville for the Tigers. Clay Center sweeps in the NCKL. Don't forget, Kansas High School scoreboard show's coming up. And tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., start time for the Tiger Wrestling Invitational. That's going to wrap it up here from Marysville. For our studio engineers, Cale Drulo, Bernie Fancella running the show back at home. This is Rocky Downing telling you to enjoy the rest of your Sports Friday.